knock you down, but don't stay on the ground. Strength lies in getting back up, making your own sound.
Poverty is a very serious issue that affects millions of Americans every single day. You probably think of the homeless, right? Or maybe families that have to rely on food stamps because they just can't make ends meet. But did you ever stop and wonder what it's like for people who live in extreme poverty in rural areas? As someone who's lived most of my life in a rural area, I've had the opportunity to meet some amazing people who were raised with nothing and made something out of their lives. The other side of the coin is that there are plenty of folks who are stuck in poverty and do UNC a way out. And I feel sorry for them. And be sure to stick around until the end of the video when we reveal who this little boy was helping out. It'll make you smile. They're part of a dying breed of Americans who are left behind, not by choice, but because of circumstance. Additionally, inadequate housing and internet access can also limit access to educational and economic opportunities, which means that people may not get the treatment they need to stay healthy or may delay seeking help because they do UNT have transportation or KOE and afford copayments. This can make it hard to get to job interviews, doctor's appointments, or even grocery stores. Many rural residents rely on personal vehicles, which means that those without cars are at a significant disadvantage. This can lead to more serious health problems down the road that require expensive emergency care. For some, leaving their roots behind isn't an option, no matter how difficult things get. She always dreamed of becoming a teacher, but after graduating from a local college, she struggled to find a job. With limited career opportunities in her hometown, she eventually had to leave in order to pursue her dream. Now she works in a big city and has a decent job. However, she misses her family and the simplicity of her rural upbringing. Meanwhile, her parents worry about her and hope she comes back home. But I always felt a pull towards the city. I craved the anonymity and the hustle and bustle of urban life. Their research and analysis are crucial for policymakers looking to make a real difference in the lives of rural Americans living in poverty. They're struggling to get by and they need all the help they can get. Let's take the case of Sarah, a young woman living in a rural community. She grew up in poverty and didn't have many opportunities around her, but she had a passion for cooking and dreamed of owning her own restaurant someday. Despite the odds being stacked against her, Sarah worked hard to make her dream a reality. He was raising money to buy Christmas presents for his mom and dad. His act of kindness and generosity really touched me and reminded me of the compassion and thoughtfulness that exists in our world. She took night classes to learn business skills, saved up money to start her catering business, and reached out to her local community for support. Eventually, her hard work paid off, and she opened up her own restaurant. Today, Sarah's restaurant is a local favorite, and she is an inspiration to others in her community who want to pursue their dreams despite the challenges they face. But it's not all doom and gloom. There are success stories out there. People have overcome these odds and created a better life for themselves and their families. He excels academically and has a bright future ahead of him, but he dreams of attending a prestigious university in another state. He knows that his chances of getting into such a competitive school will be slim if he stays in his hometown. So he decides to move away to attend college. After graduation, he finds a great job in the city and decides to stay there. It's a testament to the power of hard work and the importance of pursuing your passions, no matter how difficult the road may seem. He visits his family occasionally, but he's unsure if he'll ever return to live. Let us know in the comments below. Many of my friends and relatives stayed behind though, and I still have family in that town today. Many people choose to stay put, while others pack their bags and head for greener pastures. Many rural communities are located far away from major cities, which means that residents have to travel long distances to access essential services like healthcare, education, and job opportunities. This can be a significant burden, especially for those who don't have reliable transportation or enough money to cover gas and other expenses. Regardless of the path they choose, those living in rural communities face unique challenges that shape their perspectives on life and their decisions about where to call home. Limited access to resources and support systems can make it tough for people to improve their financial situations and break the cycle of poverty. It's a complex issue that requires attention and support from both local and national governments. For others, the allure of better opportunities elsewhere is just too strong to resist. When you don't have a stable place to live or reliable internet, it can be hard to get a job or succeed in school. It's also about limited access to quality education, healthcare, employment opportunities, and social services. These factors contribute to a cycle of poverty that can be tough to break free from. And I've seen this firsthand, growing up in the Midwest. Before we get started, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We'd really appreciate it. For them, it was a way to reconnect with their roots and raise their children in the same community where they grew up. It's a tough decision either way. Staying in a rural community means facing the challenges of limited opportunities and resources, while moving away means leaving your support system and the familiar surroundings that have been a part of your life for so long. I know we tend to associate homelessness with poverty, But did you know that rural poverty is actually more widespread than you might think? And this can make it hard to get ahead financially. But it's not just about the economy. It's also about the social and cultural factors that contribute to poverty. According to a 2023 report by the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, about 14.3 million people in rural America live in poverty, accounting for nearly 1 out of every 5 individuals nationwide. That's an astonishing number, considering the vast open spaces and seemingly endless acres of farmland. It makes you wonder how people fall into poverty in such picturesque landscapes. It's important to understand that rural poverty isn't just about a lack of money. In many rural communities, job opportunities are scarce, which means that people have to take whatever work they can find, even if it doesn't pay well or is seasonal. For example, addiction and a lack of available mental health services play a significant role in keeping some folks trapped in a cycle of poverty in rural areas. And let's not forget about access to healthcare. In rural areas, there's often a shortage of doctors and hospitals on top of all that. Residents in rural communities often have to deal with limited access to public transportation. Many people in rural America struggle with deciding whether to stay in their hometown or move somewhere else. I grew up in a small town where everyone knew each other, and we all supported each other through thick and thin. But while I left, others moved back. Let's take, for example, Jessica, a young mother who grew up in a rural community. Then we have James, a high school student living in a rural area. These stories are just 2 examples of the many realities faced by those living in rural areas. Now, here's the thing. Living in poverty in a rural area can be especially challenging due to the lack of resources and support systems. As someone who's spent most of his life in a rural area, I've seen firsthand the impact that poverty can have on a community. That's why I'm glad that organizations like the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities are working to shed light on this issue and advocate for policies that help those in need. The harsh reality is that the odds are stacked against many of these folks. With a little bit of support and a whole lot of determination, anyone can rise above the challenges of rural poverty and achieve their dreams. Sarah S.'s story is just one example of the resilience and determination of many people living in rural poverty. So what do you think? What's the biggest challenge facing rural America today? Is it poverty, lack of infrastructure, or something else entirely? While researching this topic, I stumbled upon a heartwarming story about a little boy who was going door to door selling homemade cookies. His story is a powerful reminder that even in difficult times, people, especially kids, can come together and show incredible generosity and kindness. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already.
Time to say goodbye. Our day was great, now it's time to go home. It's getting late, we've laughed and played under the sun. Goodbye for now, our day is